You can just twist, yeah, you can turn it if you need to. Gotta focus in this right here.
Yep. You can.
Because if I have to come this way, can you see it?
No. Let me.
Yeah, make sure you're more focused like right, this point right here where my finger is.
Okay.
So that if I come up this way and stuff, they can see what I'm doing.
There we go. Perfect.
So they can see like this and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have your tablet?
It's right there, yeah.
Yeah, if you let me know if that's a good angle.
Alright, is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So let's see here.
Yeah, I had to start it to get it
That's
to
fine.
show the camera.
Let's see here. We shall see what we shall see.
Ryan says, hey.
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan H.
Alright.
And Funk Nation also says hi.
Hey, we're just,
And so does Isaac.
we are just doing some painting today, so I am going to show you how I do dry brushing and ink wash.
Let's see. Oh, Quentin says hi.
Hey. So we are going to, I'm in the middle right now, get my hand out of the way of the thing here. Okay. So we're just checking the camera angles. I want you to be able to see everything.
Nothing.
Okay. Needs to come my way a little bit more. Let me see where that adjusts to. That should be pretty good.
Let's see.
But
Isaac put a post of his NKP super detailing today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out later.
All right. So what I'm doing today,
How's that?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's good?
Yeah. All right. So what I'm doing today is I found a color I like for the brick. It is the red spice. Now Gabe's doing some work today, so I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be able to respond to questions and comments. No, just take your time. We're gonna just work on this today. You can see here what happens. All right, so this is dry brushed, and I'll show how to do that when I work down the back side here. Then what I've done is I've got this black paint to an ink consistency to where it's just really wet. And all you do is just flow it like that down into these cracks. I've started to work on these. I'm just a few little areas. I'm going to add a little extra here and there just to make sure it's getting down into those grooves the way I want it. And it's not messing with the orange up on top. That's looking pretty good. It's giving me my orange color, my brownish clay brick color. It's a lot like the color of the Pueblo Station in Colorado is what this is like. So what we're doing here is just getting this black ink down into these cracks. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. I'll really show you here how it changes. I'm going back over this, just give myself a couple of coats. There. So let's see if I can get this under the light so you can kind of see what we're doing here. You can see how the lower level much more defined. The cracks and everything are much more defined. I got some dirt happening and filth on top of just age on top of the brick. You can see how different this is. This just looks really fake now versus this. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. All right. So we're going to take this and we're just going to keep working. Now this area right here looks kind of funny. This is the reflection off a magnifier. If I move this around, this isn't a lighter area here. That fools me all the time when I'm working on this stuff. The light through the magnifier for my lights up on the ceiling. So I sit there, oh, I didn't get this, and yeah, I did get it, and then I wind up putting too much stuff on it. So now I'm going to show you how fast you can make this go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is just make sure I got plenty of this inconsistency paint. Get the excess off right here. All right, so now we're gonna start right here. And I generally I leave it at a slight tilt so it runs down a little bit, but you don't want to go to like left or right because it'll get it to pool in weird corners. So here we go. I'm going to start here with these deeper grooves. Like that. You can see how that's already starting to darken the brick up. And then we just start putting it over the whole surface, and this stuff will just penetrate down into the cracks and pretty much leave the surface of the bricks alone. I'll darken it a little bit. And again, guys, I can't do a whole lot of commenting. I'd like to, but I got to kind of watch where I'm going, and I got to work with this. It's kind of like when I was working on the ballast. But you can definitely see how this is changing the whole look of this thing. Grime on the bottom of the windows. Actually, there's window sills that go in this that I'll be painting separately. And I'll be weathering those in the paint. There's a, Gabe,
What?
there's a couple back up a little ways.
Yeah.
You need to take a look at it and probably have to deal with it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. We're getting all this nice.
That's why I'm here.
Yep. Now, the trim right here, I'm going to be painting a gray and weathering it separately a little later. You just see how when it's an ink consistency, it just flows right into all of that stuff. Now this one's still a little bit brighter because this one has about 3 or 4 coats of the black down in it. So this area will darken up like this here in just a little while.
Crochet Lady says hi.
Hey.
Have you caught Jeffrey's messages?
Some.
Yeah, he likes the way you weather.
Oh, thank you.
Hey. Let's see. Finished a Jason mask the other day. Need to make the leather head strap and rivet, but the mask took 70 hours just to print a day and epoxy the gaps.
Yep. Oh, I know how that takes some printing.
Yeah.
Our huge skyscrapers are getting close to 2 to 3 weeks of printing time.
I painted a base coat of black, then on top of that bone white, masking, taping the inside of the cracks to keep that black base.
Oh, cool.
Then waited another day, sprayed green decals over dried hairspray for a chipping effect.
Yep, I've done the chipping effect before.
Added metal scratches and rust marks with paint pens. Burned industrial staples into it, and it was finished.
Cool.
Yes, if you're going to use a dark green or something to add grime to the bottom of the windows.
No, I kind of answered that a little bit. I'm going to just be, when I paint the window frames themselves, I'll be using the spray cans to put some weathering on the bottom of each window. Okay. So that's doing pretty good. You can definitely see how much darker that, or brighter that is.
Josh says hi.
Hey, Josh.
Anfield says, hi, Model Train crew, listening and as I'm soldering little street lamps for the train layout.
Well, today I thought I'd show you guys, I started working on this, I thought, well, we weren't gonna do a live stream today, but I thought this is some if somebody's not used to doing dry brush and the real wet ink consistency, this might be just a good thing to put up. Yeah, not getting quite enough black right up here. I can see too much gray coming through, so I'm gonna need to. There we go. Now, see, all that's happening now is just a little bit of that orange brown is starting to come through the black, which is exactly the kind of effect I want. I don't want this brightness right here that you see. That's just too bright, doesn't show a nicely aged station. That's like 100, 150 years old. So probably at the end, I may come back in a few little areas I might touch up with the original color, but I don't think that's probably going to be necessary.
Quentin says, my friend said he found some rail cars on eBay. He showed them to me. One of the hoppers was a Southern Pacific and a tanker made by GATX.
Okay. Yeah, there's always great deals on eBay.
Jeffrey asked, should I get SFX sponges for weathering, or can I get the same effect with paper towel?
I was blowing in here and I couldn't hear. What would say that again?
Oh, Jeffrey asked, should I get SFX sponges for weathering, or can I get the same effect with the paper towel?
I use a paper towel. I don't spend any extra on any of that kind of stuff. Actually, a Kleenex does better because the paper towel has depending on the paper towel you use, can have a really heavy pattern to it. Kleenex is pretty smooth, so I always kind of just go with a Kleenex, especially when I'm doing the rust effects on the top of hoppers and cars. I'll put my paint down, my water paint down, and then I'll actually just drop the Kleenex on top and let it fall, and I just tap it and I peel it right back off again, and it does a really good effect of giving some good texturing to it and lightens it up quite a bit.
Let's see. Clinton says, I have a question. What couplers do you use for your model trains?
In HO, I use KD, and in N-Scale, we use MTL, micro train line. All right, I'm going to start coming in here now and putting the second coat in. It's starting to dry up pretty decently, so now we're just going to.
Which is nice.
All right. Now you see that's going to dry up a little darker. So I should be starting to get close to the overall finish that I have going on here. I can start to see the dark area, the gray, black for the grout is really starting to stand out against the top orangish brown color. So I'm starting to get a nice effect here. It's looking really, really real at this point. So, if you get this down to the right consistency, like I said, you want your acrylic paint almost down to an inconsistency. You just barely touch the surface and just penetrates right down into all the cracks and grooves and gives you some really good weathering effects. Nice. There we go. Now we're starting to get this second coat in here. I think I have to do a third one. Yeah, it's getting down those grooves really good now. I'm just helping it along a little bit. Blowing on it gently. I don't want to get the fluid to be moving too much, but I definitely want to get the surface itself.
Oh, Quentin says 4014 passed through Pennsylvania, I saw.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching it online. Very good. The two levels are starting to come together now. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit here for a sec. Show you what I painted this morning. The brush clear here. So I got to let that dry just a little bit so I can put the third and final coat on to get that top layer knocked down. Let's see here. I was talking about this yesterday. So here is.
Lori Wolfen says you didn't need that much black, lol.
Actually, it came out really good. So here's the dome, nice and smooth. Came out really good. All that puttying yesterday and smoothing and everything came out really, really good. Of course, we'll do the brick right here. Will be done the same way. I'll get the orange black get the orange brown starting off all the way around, and then I'll do the same thing I'm doing on the side here with this. And then we'll start to make the copper effects coming in here to show the copper showing through in highlight areas. So this will all, this is the very top of the building.
Lori says nice work.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Josh says when I have a neck ache, I tell my mom what I get out on paper and tell her I know she will growl at me, and she says I'm not in the mood to argue.
So here is.
Oh, Lori said subscribe.
Oh, well, good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Here, let's see if you guys can see this. I'm not sure. I don't want to get it dipped into my thing. Anyway, here's the top, everything. So we'll be working on this part later in the week. Also, like I said, the same thing, the copper effects I'm going to do up here. I'm going to do all down the sides there. So it should be a fun part of the job to get to. I don't know if we'll just do a regular video on that or if we'll do a live stream, but we'll have something coming up showing how I get the effects of the copper. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Oh, that's doing good. Yeah. Getting some orange brown to pop through in a few areas, a little darker in others, so it's not even all the way around, which is exactly what I wanted. You can see where we're headed next. This is the side. We're going to be coming down the back side, do the dry brushing. Yeah, that's starting to. This area right here that I was concerned about. It's starting to darken up with the black drying. So I may not need a third coat because I kind of like that now. It's darkened up just enough to where this looks like maybe some newer brick or cleaner brick right in here. Some of the older stuff right there. I really like. Let me get that down a little ways here. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's going to be fine. Yeah. And like I said, then this right here is going to be concrete colored, all the trim. All these areas over the windows will all be a concrete that I'll then weather. And then I've picked out kind of a cream color for the window inserts that will get weathered also, and then the window glazing on the back side. So it'll get there. Yep, the little side areas here came out okay. Right there, they're all right. Yep, looks good. So I think, let me just hold this back for just a second. I want to see how it looks from a distance. Yeah, it's even. Okay. So I can always come in after I've done this side here, and if this hasn't dried up exactly the way I want it, I can always do some touch-ups, like maybe up here a little bit or something. I'm just trying to give it a little bit here because I'm going to have to turn it this way, and I don't want any of the really thin paint running that way. So we're just trying to let it have a minute or two to set. And then we'll flip it over to the back, and I'll change plates and paint. and we'll get started with it back there. I like that a lot. That's looking really, really good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll get this up here so you guys can see it a little bit better. I don't know if the light's above, you're gonna be able to see all the effects or not, but there's how it's coming out.
Josh says she treats me like I'm a little child, not an adult, because I'm 42 years old.
Parents will always be parents.
Yep.
It's just how it goes. All right. It looks like it's pretty well dried. All right. So now we're gonna switch paint, change gears here. Put this up and out of the way. So you can see this is the plate. I'm not using it anymore, so I'm just gonna set it out of the way for right now. This is the plate I'm using now at this point. So I'm gonna get some more of the red spice. That's shaken up a little bit. Change the cups. Bring the other cup right here. I have different cups for different paints. So that's the, changed out the one that had the black water in it. And now we're going to go to this. Not going to use a whole lot of water with this at all. This is more of the dry brush. Dry brushing that we do. So make sure I have this thing pretty well cleaned out. No more black in it. Nope, it's clean. Tools everywhere. Okay. There we go. All right, so now we're just gonna, let's see, I'll put this about right here. You can see, I'll check to make sure I'm not getting any pooling ink or acrylic down here in the corners. Now it looks like it's pretty well dry at this stage. All right, so here we go.
Quentin says, I remember going to a train show. I saw tons and tons of building kits with freight cars and locomotives.
Oh.
He also said, a meme I saw is wake up at Streamliner Sunday.
Okay, so to do dry brushing, you get the paint on the, you dip it in, wipe most of it off, like 90% of it off right there. Then all you do is you almost lay the brush flat with the building. So here we go. And I'll flip this around so I can get into the different areas. Well, you'll see that here in just a minute.
Crochet Lady says, love your high-tech drying procedure. Just blow on it. LOL.
Yeah. This print job, this is a 3D printed building, did a nice job of raising these bricks and giving me a nice deep grout area. So now I'm just going to flip it a little bit and I'll...
Scott Peel says, howdy.
Hello.
Any tips for painting N-scale stone arch viaducts? I have 6 feet to paint of them.
Well, this is all kind of stone right here. This is N scale. So I'm just doing a dry brush technique on my brick. And then using a real wet material, black paint thin to an ink consistency to do the grout, to really make the grout lines stand out and to darken the, this is not how bright this is going to be. I'll show you here in a second. This is going to darken down a lot. So if you're wanting bright stone, you're going to want to go with a very light color. If you're going to highlight the grout and stuff and the stone lines with the ink process like I use, because this is definitely going to darken up. If you look here, this was what I just did. You can see it's really dark. And that's after putting the black wash on. But it came out exactly the way I wanted it to. There's a few spots that are, a little iffy here and there, and I think that's mostly due to the print itself. But I can also have the ability on this, if I want to come back in and highlight any stone, I can do that.
Quentin says, is it just me, or I remember a steam engine crashing into an excavator on the tracks and the switch was flipped the wrong way?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many accidents. There very well could be. I don't know. There's this little divot right here underneath this window. Real pain to get the paint down in there, especially doing a dry brush technique like this. I was outside painting today, and my nose is now running from all the great stuff, all the great allergies that are out there. I was spray painting that top of the station that I just showed you, that green. Oh, and I also painted my safety wall that goes on the platform for the station. That goes all the way around the border. And last night, Gabe printed for me. He got the wrought iron printed. I just got to custom get it done. I just have to do some stuff for it custom wise. And then I'll be able to cap that safety wall with wrought iron. All right, so now we're doing good here. So now I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to start building this up just a little bit in areas. I think I may just do a light highlight like this on that dark side. I'm going to try that here in just a minute as soon as I get this side, because I got to let this dry for quite a while before I can do the black ink to it, because you don't want any of this coming off or mixing with the black, because then it just gets yucky. Good technical term, yucky.
Scott says thanks.
Yeah. I don't know how much around the edges of these windows those frames stick out. I know they do a little bit, so I'm just kind of having to guess coming up to the edges with the paint. I think it's going to hide a good majority of it when I put the frames in. I don't know exactly. All right, now I want to come in here. I'm going to add a little extra along here. And then we're going to come and do this other side I've done. I'm just going to do just a very, very light dry brush. Very, very light touch dry brush on the other side I've already done. Just to pull some color back in.
Josh says, I'm going to test out my new project today.
All right.
And Scott says, is that an FDM or resin print?
This is well, the filament.
FDM.
Yeah. All right. So we kind of have all of the orange on here, orange brown. All right. So let's go back to the other side and let's see if we can make that little snazzier looking. Snazzier looking. Excuse me just a minute. Blow my nose. Like I said, out in all the wind today. All right, so let's see what we can do about.
No, Eugene says hi.
Hey, Eugene. All right, let's see what we can do about this.
Quentin says, I recorded a train the other day. It was a UP SD70 ACE with a BNSF AC44, but a foamer ruined my video.
Oh, yeah, they can get in the way. All right, I like how this looks. I don't want to do too much, so I'm just going to make this light. I'll get both sides off. All right, let's see what we can do. If I do it like this, it'll look like staggered stones with different colors. And if I don't like it, I can always come over the top of it with the black again. It's not like it messes it up. Okay. Well, that's getting some nice varying colors in now. That's kind of what I wanted. There we go. All right, get a little bit of red here over the top of the doorway. That's looking better. Not so flat now. Highlights back in here. Remember, just try to do flat so that it doesn't go down in those crack areas. And if it does here and there, you can just go back, like I said, with the black and just make it a little darker. This, to me, when I start doing this kind of weathering and highlighting, it generally gets to be many, many coats. So I get things exactly how I want them to be. But it's not too bad. This stuff's going to dry a little darker anyway. So it's just going to blend in nicely. Take a look and see how that's doing. That's pretty good. I'll work this little area right here some so it's not completely by itself. Nice. Yeah. That is really starting to come together now.
Crochet Lady says a ladybug landed on my back door screen today. Could be one of yours.
It might be. It might very well be. All right. Seems like I got a little too much black still up here yet. It's not quite dry. So I'll come back with this later. This top area. The areas that I know are dry, I'll get real quick. That I definitely have to come back and get the flatter areas.
Clinton says, I'm thinking of adding graffiti and weather to my lifelike Santa Fe GP30. It's kind of broken. The handlebars at the front of the tray are broken, and that's why I'm thinking to add graffiti and weathering.
Well, the weathering for sure. I mean, I've seen some engines with graffiti, but not many. So that's just going to be a personal call on your point, is whether you want to do that or not. But I don't see a lot of it in real life. I've maybe seen like 2 or 3 engines total. I will weather my engines, but I don't think I'll ever put any graffiti on them.
Braden Sands says, I'm back.
Yeah.
Glad you're with us.
Yeah. Okay, so I put a little extra back in there, lightened up some of the areas. I do believe that's going to be nice having those individual areas in there with a little more of the orange and the ink is still, the acrylic ink is still not quite dry completely in the down in the grout lines. So when that has happened, I will come back in and probably finish. I'm just trying to looking at it here from a distance. Oh, I like that, because when I get this in here and I weather the gray, that's going to look really sharp. And then with the weathered, actually, I may not have to do much more. In fact, I think this is actually pretty good back here. The hard part is I've got all these, like this is a yellow LED, above me are white LEDs, so it's hard to get uniformity when I'm looking at lights as far as what it's going to look like. Sometimes I just have to go over and put it back in place where I've got it sitting, just to see how it's going to look right there. But I think that's going to be all right. All right, let's keep going with this back.
Braden says, sorry I wasn't on the other stream recently. I had some other things to do.
No problem. We are always here. Like I said, being summer and my son being off from school and able to be here, we will be doing a bunch of live streams. Now that's drying and those light areas are coming through. Oh boy, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's that is really starting to dry just right. Okay, so now I know what I've got to do. Every building is different because I work with such a variety of surface textures with our buildings that no two are the same, ever.
Braden says, went to go see trains and had to make vids.
Went to go see trains and what?
Had to make videos.
Oh, okay.
Quentin says, if the handlebars are broken to my Santa Fe, it looks like it hit a semi.
Yeah, but you can find those pieces. They make replacement sets just depending on the make of the model. I've had to replace a few of mine over the years. But that's one thing they would actually fix. I think legally for insurance purposes for their crews, they have to make sure that stuff stays in perfect shape. Maybe not perfect shape, but at least complete. And I hope my breathing doesn't get too much to you. My nose is really plugged right now from being out in this painting today with all this wind and stuff in the air, so I'm a little congested. So right now I'm not much options other than breathing and talking through my mouth at the same time. So sorry if it sounds kind of wheezy.
Canadian Locomotive Logistics says, hi there, my friends.
Hey!
Glad you've joined us.
Yeah!
Welcome back. Braden asks, what's your favorite Class 1 railroad?
I got several. It's hard to really pick a favorite. I know what my least favorites are, but otherwise, after that, then it's kind of just a tie. About 3 or 4. And we've talked about them on the other live streams about, and it's mostly due to when I was doing my artwork and responses I got from the various railroads. Some just absolutely loved what I did, thought it was great advertisement for them, and others actually got letters of cease and desist. Don't do any more artwork about our railroad. You can't do that. Even though I never did anything to change any of the heralds, I made everything perfect. There's just some that were a little nastier than others.
Yeah.
But that's how it is with anything in life, I think.
Canadian says, mine is Norfolk Southern. You can see nothing but NS on my layout and videos.
I do like Norfolk Southern. I love their sense of heritage. With their heritage units and then special paint jobs and things like that. They seem to really care about their history and where they came from. And when they have their STEAM program going, I mean, I know it's scaled back a lot, but they still have the that 611 is still around. I don't know if they're any part of that or if that's just a museum. but they do let it out on the tracks, and you get to see it. We just had a bunch of it, like I think it was Christmas time or in the fall.
Braden says, wow, my top one favorite is CSX, and Scott says CSX, me too.
Yeah, I know that's a popular one with a lot of people. That's one of the ones I was just talking about, though. Them and Amtrak. You can't draw, you can't paint our railroad. Cease and desist or we'll sue you. Whereas Union Pacific was, yeah, fill out a form, register with us, it's cool. BNSF didn't even have a form. It was, oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, free advertising.
Yeah, it looks great. It gets our name and everything out there. Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Same with NS too.
Yeah, NS was great. It's just my eyes went bad right at the time I was getting ready to do a whole bunch of NS projects. I had a really nice conversation with the head of the public relations department at the time, and they were gonna actually handle all my prints in their. What I was getting ready to do, I was gonna do all their heritage units. They were gonna sell them for me in there through their company store and highlight them, and I didn't have to sign any papers. I didn't get any warning things. I just, that shows you the difference.
Hi, Oki. I said eyes emoji.
Well, it's getting late enough today. I kind of thought maybe he might be on.
Yeah.
Down there. So.
Glad you're here.
Yeah. We are painting the station today. Got that side done with the weathering on it and everything. Really, take a look here again and see how it's drying up. Oh yeah, get that gray on there. That's gonna look fantastic. Fabulous, huh? Gonna look fabulous. Yeah. I like that. I actually kind of like how this orange is blending with the gray when I was dragging this down. So when I put the gray in here, I'm definitely going to do some black dirt, muck wear on here just to give this kind of marbled look along here, just so I keep this effect, because that looks really good.
Scott asks, do you ever use white dry brush for highlights after for stone or brick?
White dry brush?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes. But there's not going to be a whole lot of that on this because of the age of the building, and it's just going to be like old and dirty. I know they'd come along with a spray wash, and they would probably clean it from time to time, but I'm going to make mine just kind of good amount of use. Because we're going to have all those plants and planter beds around this, and I want your eye to go to that kind of stuff, all the color highlights. So it's kind of a trade-off. You got to decide where you want people to look. I want my thought on the station is I want it to be kind of a secondary thing, where it's not the focal point of the scene. It just looks natural and in place. The thing would be like the people gathered around where we have all the benches and all the plants and all that. And they're, just, it's a nice community area because this is like the beginning of our green space that we're going to have running along in front of all of our skyscrapers. So a lot of people like to make their station the big focal point, but where this sits over the tracks, it's not right next to the tracks. It's not needed to be the focal point for all the action and everything, because that's happening all down below, and when we get the lights below and you see all the engines and trains going in there, then that'll be its own thing. Yes.
Oki says the thing with Amtrak cracks me up since our taxes go to fund them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. Jeff says, hi everyone, just got back from the river working on my boat. Is that N-scale?
Yes, it is N-scale. Working on a station today. I've been working on this for a while. I finally decided to get the dry brushing done and the weathering. This is just all done by hand. I did the primer coat was spray can, and then this is just all done with just dry brushing on the brush. Get stuck. Getting stuck to my wax paper.
Braden says I'm gonna go do some things. I'll be there at the next stream.
Yeah, this was just a surprise today. This is why, people have been trying to get me to nail down a schedule when we're going to be when we're going to be live streaming, and we just don't know. I was sitting around. I thought, well, people might, benefit from seeing how, if they've never done dry brush before, how to do some dry brushing, and the highlights and stuff. And because otherwise, I was just going to do this and have it in place when we got together on the next one, and then I'd have to explain it all. And sometimes it's just easier to see than to explain. So yeah, we will definitely be just keep us. Make sure you're like and subscribe, because YouTube is still doing that stupid thing where they are unsubscribing people. They've got something wrong with their programming. So make sure you've subscribed if you like what we do, and that way you don't miss out.
Brock says, "Hey y'all."
Hey.
It's 3:30 here in Danville,
Illinois. Yeah.
Yep.
We're on the same time zone. We're in.
Oh, Jeff says you guys do nice work.
Well, thank you, Jeff. And the thing I have to do a lot of times is I have to, when I'm working on this stuff, is I have to kind of stop myself from overdoing, because I know there's more steps to come. So I just kind of have to just go with that. Like, okay, I know it may not look great right now, but when I do the other accenting stuff, it's all going to come together. Yes.
We got a couple things. Braden says I've been subbed, but we'll check again. See you soon.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we will be on Thursday for sure.
Ryan's here.
Hey, Ryan.
Former Boggs.
Yeah. We're just doing. Hey, I forgot to get with you. Send me an email with some times that are good for you this week. The only day that I've got stuff going is going to be Friday. Otherwise, today is Tuesday, right? Gabe, I'm talking to you.
Sorry, I'm reading all these messages.
Okay.
One after the other.
Okay.
What's up?
It is Tuesday today.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have either Wednesday for most of the day or Thursday. We got 2 days coming up.
Okay, well, hang on. Drug test place since I got into an auto accident total with the company truck.
Oh, no.
I'm glad you're okay.
Was that just up on the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I should have been home and watching modeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're having a really kind of rough go between the illness and everything right now. I hope things turn around here for you. I know it gets wearing. Just hang in there. Hang in there. I know sometimes that's easier said. Everything passes.
Let's see. Canadian asks, where are we broadcasting from?
We are in Beloit, Wisconsin, which is center of the state at the bottom on the border with Illinois.
Josh says I still got to work out some bugs in my new project. Jeff says just got back from Seneca, Illinois. It's pretty windy out. Thought I saw Toto fly by me.
Yeah, it is windy. I had a hard time with my spray paint outside today. It was like I turn with my back to the wind and start spraying, and then the wind says, "Oh no, we're going to come from this direction now," and then just flip and go right back in my face again.
Brock asks if we're going to stream Saturday morning.
I'm not sure yet. We don't really have the only day for sure that we're going to do a little bit of streaming is going to be Thursday. Thursday night. After that, it's just kind of whenever I get stuff done. Over the next 2-3 days after that, we'll be coming back on again.
Yeah. I may have to just give you the instructions.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, no problem, Ryan. No problem. Great Northern says, good afternoon.
Hello.
Let's see. Canadian says you can get a plugin if you use OBS to stream with that'll read the comments out loud.
Oh. Well, that might be good.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing it by myself.
Yeah. I'd have to set up my laptop here.
Okay.
I'm really surprised that that YouTube itself doesn't have something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, did you plug in your phone overnight?
No, we were sitting at a low amount. Well, it was over 50%.
Oh,
So, it's not gonna last for hours and hours today, but for what I'm doing right here, it'll last.
let's see. Josh says my woodworking club meeting is Wednesday, so I won't be around after 4.
Okay, well, we won't be doing it Wednesday for sure, because Wednesday night is our, as Okie knows, it's our trivia night at Buffalo Wild Wings. We didn't go last week because the weather was so bad, but we got a streak of going of 2 wins in a row, so we are heading back this Wednesday night for sure. So,
3?
huh?
3?
Well, the one with second place. As far as wins
Yeah,
go,
so
we have
that's
2
just
first places in a
place.
row.
Yeah, let's see.
So we'll be hitting that.
Oh, Canadian says have to go to grandson's graduation
Oh.
from grade 8.
Excellent. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
That should be really enjoyable. Have a good time with him today. Thanks for coming in.
You're not taking us to trivia night, Okie says, sad face. You know, we could.
Oh, people are going to want to watch us do trivia.
Yeah. There's so much downtime. There's 15 minutes
Yeah.
of downtime between categories.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half long thing, and
People to just drink and drink and drink some more.
yeah. I don't drink beer or anything, so
Yeah. You guys should see the bar.
yeah, it's a pretty good sized bar. Well, people, it's pretty standard for if they've been in a Wild Wings, pretty much they've seen it.
Well, I mean, what people are doing there. I mean, it's just drink
Oh,
after drink.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Brock asked, do you guys know a feller Navy vet named John Schwab? My dad's old buddy. I think he moved to your area.
The name doesn't sound familiar, but that doesn't mean anything. At a lot of the train shows and stuff, I don't know the names of the guys. They just come up and we just start visiting and things, and so I might have met them. I just name just doesn't sound familiar.
Ryan says, no worries, Lance. Let's shoot for day next week. Sorry, my schedule sucks lately. Haha.
It happens in life. Don't you
Yeah.
worry about it the slightest little bit. We will be available whenever you've got time, and we will we'll get to doing some car weathering and get you to where you can do all that kind of stuff.
Brock says, appreciate it.
Oh, sure.
Let's see. Josh says, the big boys in Scranton, Pennsylvania doing maintenance.
All right. Working his way towards Horseshoe.
Oh, Ryan says the patina copper roof looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's going to, there's still quite a bit of steps to go. I've got my other color that I got to put on there yet. It's more of a green, more green in it. I'll be blending that into all the sides of the roof. And then that way, I can blend in the actual copper itself, and I'll get all these variegated colors in it. I think that'll look really good. So I may do a live stream with that, showing how to get that. So if you ever want to do a copper roof and you like what ours looks like, you'll have the instructions right there. Because when the live streams are off, they get archived and they're on our channel.
Let's see. Quentin says the last time I went to the Illinois Train Museum was like 11 years ago.
Yeah, it's really changed. They're building a couple of huge new sheds. I saw that on their news.
Duke of New York says this would be so much fun for me. It would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. You don't need much space. I'm working in a 9-foot by 7-foot space. That includes my workroom, my work area, and our layout. So.
Oh, that's cool. Canadian says, if you have time, please visit my website. You can pick any layout and operate an HO scale locomotive on it real time. On his layout.
Well, that's pretty cool.
The graphics user interface webpage.
Oh,
That's
let's definitely
cool.
check that out. Yeah. All right, so there is the back side. I got a little gloppy here. But I'll tone that down when I start to do this right here, this overall look.
Brock says, I found an awesome color for you to check out. Acrylic Autumn Leaves. Best rust I found. Let it dry, then dry brush pumpkin orange.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I have 3 colors I use to make my rust. I use a little bit of this red spice, and I use, what is it? But now I found out that Hobby Lobby no longer carries them. Use burnt orange and honey brown. So I'm going to have to find a new supplier for Americana paint. That's going to suck. Oh, there we go. Now that this is finally dried, this side is finally dried completely. Do my little highlights here and there. Oh yeah. So I used to do a lot of Warhammer painting of miniatures, and I've done a lot of terrain, castles and things like that. So this is a lot of what I was doing there with the brick and stuff. So.
Brock asked, do you like raw and burnt sienna and umbers?
Oh yeah, yeah, I like those paints. Anything that gives you a nice warm glow is always a good thing. There we go. Oh, let's see here. There. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but we're really starting to make those bricks stand out now. It's really looking really nice. I need to do a little more on the top now because but it was really wet before, and now it's, yes.
Great Northern says, seems that there's a lot of crossover between Warhammer and trains.
Yeah. Yeah. I started with trains, but then we really got into Warhammer for a while, and I painted a lot of armies over the years. Sold them all. Had a really good Nighthaunt army and a couple of chaos things. And some undead.
Brock says, Panzer tanks too, they're good on.
What are?
The paints.
Are good on what?
The Panzer tanks.
Oh yeah.
Models.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
I use nothing but acrylics on all my models.
just I've used them a lot in my old games on the PS2. Okie says, does it make you warm and fuzzy inside? Scott says, I'm modeling the complete Grand Central Terminal in New York City in N scale. It's 18 feet long and 6 foot wide with 4 levels of track for about 60 tracks.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible.
That'll be pretty impressive. You gotta post some pictures of that when you're done.
Brock says my main skill was rusting up stuff.
Yep, that's mine too. Okay, so let's see how that came out. Oh, that's got it. Yep. Okay, so now I gotta make the back look like that. The back just looks like this right now. So I think I'm gonna call it there though for the day. I've been painting this morning, painting now. I'll show you guys some stuff though before we go. All right. When you dry brush, you gotta get your brush cleaned. It'll really start to gunk up on you. So just be sure to get that, all the dry stuff off. You're gonna have problems later with the bristles. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see how this is gonna look. This color is gonna look with the roof on. Oh, I'll grab it. Put this.
Brock says I get Model Railroader and Fine Scale Modeler every month.
Oh,
Nice to open up my mailbox and see it.
yeah.
The Fine Scale Modeler magazine is great for us tricks. Scott says the Grand Central is portable for shows. My home layout is only 20 by 30. No basements in Florida.
Well, yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I do like that with that copper up on top. And then the cream colored windows. And then this gray in here on all of that. Boy, that is gonna look good. That doesn't look so good right there because I haven't done the black wash, but the side that I finished, oh yeah, I'm really happy with that. That is, let me see if I can get a little better light on it here. There we go. That is gonna look really good. Okay. Stop this. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and set this back up in place so we can kind of see what it looks like, and then we'll do a quick pan around, show you guys everything.
Quentin says I found a dummy unit and I spray painted it black.
Ah.
Scott says we call basements swimming pools.
Yeah. I'll be able to show this with the camera here in just a sec. Give me a sec. Oh, I don't need to be doing that. I'm stepping on part of my walls.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, it's been on the floor for a while. Another panel for the Chimera / Cerberus, whatever it's going to be. We'll get the voting thing going up here pretty soon on that. We have the other 4 walls of this to do. I'll show you where it's going to go. But we have all 4 of these ready. I've just got to sand them and glue them together. So I'll put that right there. All right, let's get this. Let's get this. And then I'll grab the...
Rock says your station is great, guys. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, now I'll show it to you here now that it's back in place and what it's going to kind of look like. Show you the one side. I mean, now you have to imagine that I'm going to have the copper roof all, the copper coming through, the some of the other colors of the teal coming through. So, all right, let's get this. Okay, so here we go. See if you can see this on this side. It's not very bright over here, but it really works. I can really see how that's going to look coming all the way around the front. That's going to look really sharp, especially with the concrete and all that. So, yeah. I think that's going to look really good right there. I really like how this now stands out really well. All matches what I'm going to do up there on the top of the Artemis. So that's looking pretty good. Can you take this? I want to get the wall and show my wall. Got it. Just keep track right there for a sec.
Yep. Yeah, I'll position it over.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
I put this together.
Quentin says, "Man, I hate sunburns," and also "Hello, buildings."
Yep. Hello, buildings. All right. So I put this together today. I cut these strips to the right height and everything. This is going to go. Right here, like this, something kind of like that, and then on top of this, did you go grab? Oh no, I'll use the black one. I'll use the black.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, because it's going to be black. So Gabe printed off a bunch of this stuff. It was for window bars. So I'm going to be cutting this down a little bit and putting another layer on top. And making staggered like spike tops, and that's going to go right on top of the wall right there all the way around for safety. It'll come all the way around like this, and then this will come up to right here where the stairs come down for the sidewalk.
Oki says, "You think it looks good? That's a fact."
Well, thank you. I wasn't sure how it was going to look. It was one of these weird things, and this plastic it'll be fine once I glue it into place. I really like this. Can you see how this can I get down here to see how it's going to create this barrier?
Hang on, I gotta move this.
Kind of zoom in like in this corner.
Hang
right.
on a sec, everyone.
Kind of zoom in on this corner right here, where you can see how it wraps around the foundation that the station sits on, and then we'll have this right here going across.
But that looks really nice.
I like that an awful lot. It'll be cut down. Obviously, it's not going to be this tall. It's only going to be about half this height. So if you think of it back to where my thumb is, that's about how tall it's going to be all the way around, and then it'll have some ornate stuff on top.
Oh, Big Boy Rails says, "Hi everyone, how are you doing today?"
Doing good. We just got done doing some painting on the station. I'll pick it up and show it here in just a second. I've got the back dry brushed. I've just got to do the weathering on it. This side is looking, it's perfect. I've just got to get all the rest of the sides to look like this side right here, and I'll be happy. So we've got this coming together by Thursday. I should have the rest of this dry brushed, the black wash put over it, and then the highlights done. Then it's really going to start looking like it's coming together. Because then I'll start doing my staining on here. We'll put the flower beds in, figure out where we're going to put our 2 fountains, benches, and then, putting this up for the people so they can be watching trains. I will go ahead and I'll make the sidewalk and come on down this way with the sidewalk and go this way with it so I can just kind of connect it all together.
Josh says awesome.
Thank you. So let me pick this up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something with parking here.
For this? Yeah, there's gonna be a parking garage right there.
Yeah, we'll print off another one.
Yeah. Oh no! It fell off.
No!
So here's how the back looks. That's complete. It's got all the weathering, got all the highlights, got everything on it. This has to have the black wash put over to match this and all the weathering on it. But once it's done, that's what's going to go on all around this entire building. So I've got this all dull coated here. I'm just going to glue it to this where it needs to be. And then I can start doing my weathering on the on this wall, along with getting that fence put on the top with this right here going all the way around. So that's going to look, and we're going to have steps that come down right here, and then the fence will be right here. We're going to have a nice broad step on each side.
Brock says, I noticed that throughout the building colors like an aquarium green.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And people said, I've had people actually ask, say, oh, it's too, it's too close to your elevated track. It's not. This is the blue for the elevated track, and that's the green. And I'll be putting even more green into it when I do the variegated colors of the streaking of the oxidization. It'll even be more green to it, and then of course the copper that I put on top of that. So it's not going to look like our elevated track colors at all. So there we go. That's just sharp. I love that. I'm definitely going to
What a nice contrast.
I'm definitely going to take that gray when I do the concrete surrounds, the trim all the way around. I'm definitely going to get that black over the top of that to get that kind of marbly effect like I've got right there with the colors. I love that.
It's so much better than doing it that cream color limestone.
Yeah. No, I like the darkness between the bricks. If we painted it the cream first for our grout lines, it would look terrible. This was the way to go. So, yeah.
Yep.
So we got it. So now it's just a matter of getting it done.
Brock says that fence will be great for around your cemetery.
Yeah, it would be a good one around the cemetery too. You'll see what we're doing. This is only going to be, let me see here. So let me give you an idea. You have a piece of paper in your room?
I think so.
Yeah, there's something to do with this. That give you a little idea of it. Just to make it a little more ornate for this area here. This, I'm probably just going to leave it as the solid fence like that, nothing special to it, but around the station, we're definitely going to do a little something to it.
Ran out of element.
Oh no, what was printing?
The bottom walls.
Oh, we got the other done though.
Bottom back wall. Uh-huh,
Okay.
yeah. The left.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna.
So, yeah. Making train tracks. Okay. So basically start off with, I'll have a little bit of this. So we'll cut just a small bit of that. That'll be right on top of this part right here. But then on top of that, we'll have like spread apart a little bit, making it a little more ornate. We'll have kind of like this, where you have like the spike look on top. That'll be, there'll only be like one of these per every 4 of these. So there won't be very many of those, but it'll just be enough to give it a nice little architectural look right there. So that's what's going to go on that. So that should look pretty good. I think that'll be, I should have, before Thursday, like I said, I should have this done right here. Potentially, since I've already got the pieces, I might have this already cut to size. painted, the black, and we might do a little bit of work on Thursday, and I'll glue all that into place. And then, of course, right here above each track, right, I'm going to do some dark. I've got some round paint brushes, like powder puff paint brushes, that I will put the exhaust over each track right here and here, and over here and here on this side. So you know the engines as they're coming through, darken that area up. So that'll look really good. It'll look natural then. So I wasn't sure about this, if I got this the right width when I made this, but it looks like it's perfect. It's kind of clinging on there just right. It might be a little tight, but that's all right. I'd rather it be a snug fit than not. So given the fact that this is about 3/8 of an inch up, that makes this roughly about a 4.5 foot concrete wall. And then we'll take the this up here to give us about 11 foot total on here for safety reasons. So I think that'll be a nice way to do that. And like I said, there'll be, maybe we might even wrap steps around the entire thing, build this up with steps around the entire thing. I'm not sure yet. We've got a nice step STL file that's got broad steps, so we may do that around that hole like that. So we'll see. First thing first is I want to get this looking like this all the way around. I've got the pattern down now, no big deal. And then start working on the roof. So, but by Thursday, I should have this whole building done, and then it'll be in the light, and you guys will be able to see it a lot easier, how it looks versus being in all the shadow like this. You're just not able to see what it looks like, but from here it looks really good. So, all right, Gabe.
Yeah.
I think we're about ready to wrap it up. I'll get a new thing. How many spools did we have?
2, including this one.
Okay.
So here, I'll show you what our filament.
Oh yeah, this is what our
This is what we use.
that's the filament.
Anycubic PLA Plus.
Yep. So we'll be it's time for me to get a shower. I haven't had one yet today. I've been out in the paint and everything. I knew I was going to be getting covered in paint, so I'm feeling a little sweaty and icky. So it's time for a shower. And then tomorrow I'll just sit and finish doing the dry brush all the way around, and then do that. It's going to look really good by the time we get together on Thursday night. So I'll probably even have this glued into place at that point and start doing the weathering around it as well.
Scott says makes a beautiful centerpiece.
Thank you. That's what we're trying to do here. Between that and having the big building swung that around and have some lower ones back behind here, it's going to be a beautiful little area. So, and then we'll put in the loading platforms between the tracks, so it will be a like street running under here. All you'll see is the rail.
Oh, Brock says, bye, nice chatting. I'll check you this weekend. Be safe.
Oh, well, thank you. You too.
Quentin asks why the locomotive's covered, if you have an answer.
Keep the dust off. I just do that. Everything I have out on the tracks when I'm not running it gets covered like that. I just keep everything clean. When I finally get everything in here started to be painted and finished, I'll have covers for all of this as well. It just makes things easier. I don't have to worry about dusting or doing any of that or vacuuming. So everything will get covered. We'll probably wind up having something velcroed up on the ceiling so I can just drape it down and take it off when we're done. That way I don't have to I don't have to even do like stuff individually at that point. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us today again. Be sure to check your subscriptions to make sure you are still subscribed to us because YouTube's got that problem. They keep telling us about it, saying, "Yeah, make sure all your subscribers have got it subscribed," because they're kicking you off. They're taking you off the things you're subscribed to. So be sure to do that and hit that notification so you don't miss out. Because like today, we just decided to do this on the spur of the moment. So, all right. So we will see you. I'm going to guess Thursday night. We'll hopefully have some really good progress on this, and so we'll see you then. So have a good rest of the day, and if we don't see you on Thursday, we'll hopefully this weekend. Thanks for watching.